Hey, so I'm going to do a top 5 Wednesday, warning that this is pretty political and also really angry. So these are the top 5 reasons that we should have restrictions on firearms, the sale and purchase of firearms in the US. Number 5, 36. That's the number of mass shootings, not necessarily mass deaths, but mass shootings in the US in 2018. I just want to point out that today is February 28th, which marks the end of the second month of 2018, and there have already been 36 shootings. Mass shootings. Number 4, 2,347. That is the number of gun violence deaths in 2018 so far. In 2 months, that many people are dead. Number 3, 538. That's the number of those deaths that are people under the age of 18. So people who legally couldn't purchase that firearm that killed them or vote for the senators and congressmen who are allowing those firearms to be purchased died from that. Number 2, 262. The number of unintentional shootings, not necessarily that resulted in deaths, just incidents. 262 unintentional gun-related incidents. It's ridiculous to me that there can be that many times that people didn't even mean to shoot someone. Guns are just prevalent enough that accidents like that could happen. And the number one reason we need gun restrictions is because you can't give me 5 good reasons that we shouldn't. When your only argument against it is that it violates your Second Amendment rights, then it's not really a discussion that we should be having. Because the truth is, people are dying out there constantly, and I'm sick and tired of it. And it should be a number 1 issue in the US, and I just don't understand why it isn't. I don't comprehend why somebody thinks that the answer to gun violence is giving teachers guns, which can only possibly compound the issue, because even if you are an NRA activist, you're giving untrained people guns, and that just does not compute. You want to see those unintentional shooting incidents skyrocket. That's the way to go. I cannot believe that I live in a country with one of the highest rates of death for gun violence, and certainly among the most affluent countries in the world, the highest rate of gun violence. And it's because, for whatever reason, our government refuses to place restrictions. And I understand that we have a Second Amendment law that says we have a right to bear arms, but that Second Amendment doesn't say I have the right to bear submachine guns or semi-automatic guns, or the right to bear a semi-automatic gun with a bump stock that makes it into an automatic gun. It says I have the right to bear arms. And at the time that that law was written, my gun could shoot maybe 3 shots if I was really fancy. And there's a big difference between a 6-shot revolver and a semi-automatic machine gun with a huge magazine that can just shoot ridiculous amounts of bullets. And that's really where it needs to stop. We need to see restrictions. We need to see restrictions on how people can purchase guns. We need to see them get rid of the gun show loophole that allows people to buy guns without a background check. We need to update the background check system so that everything that should be there is there, and we need to limit the types of guns that people should own. There's literally no reason to own a semi-automatic. I understand that people like them for sport, but you know what? Find another sport. Sorry. You know what a lot of people like for sport? Marijuana. They like it because it's fun. We still made that illegal. People also like cocaine, and we still made that illegal. But for some reason, guns, that's totally okay. Even though a lot of the dangers and deaths and things that come from illegal substances like drugs are self-inflicted, and a lot of gun deaths involve other people. Or, I don't know, we can take my other favorite issue, which is prostitution. We made prostitution illegal because, heaven forbid, we allow something as heinous as that, but a semi-automatic machine gun, totally okay. It's ridiculous and it needs to end now. And if this isn't the issue you care about in this election, change your priorities. So yeah, that's it. That's my rant for today. We need to get restrictive gun laws and we need to work on gun violence in this country. And that's what today should be about, and that's what this year should be about, and that's what local elections, state elections, countrywide elections should be about. So get out there if you are old enough to vote, and if you're not old enough to vote, convince the people around you who are. And I'll see you tomorrow.